So welcome everyone today. We are, first of all, thank you for taking time out of your day to be here. Because I know it's not easy and everybody's busy and has work regardless. So today we're here as a focus group for a marketing research. And so we're here to find out information regarding fitness and location of physical activity. If you, throughout the focus group, you can reserve comments of kind of wanting to whisper to each other so that we could gather all of the data. So if you have a comment and you're trying to die and say, just go ahead and say it to one of us or the camera instead of being oh, dude, yeah. So just go ahead and tell it to us. So throughout the video, we will be taking notes as well as recording, as you guys can see. So if throughout the time you see me looking down at my paper, don't think that I'm not listening. I am very good at multitasking. So I am listening, and I'm just thinking of the next question to ask, as well as gathering the information that you're telling me and putting into perspective as to what the next question it is to ask you. So I guess if you guys want to go around the room and give your name, and you guys are college students or college in the age group of college students, so if you guys want to go around with your name and the year that you are in school, you can go ahead and do so. We can go ahead and start with you. Who's first is fine.
My name is Veronica, and I'm
Fourth year.
My name is Thomas, and I think I'm in my
Yeah, I can't remember either.
third or fourth year. About to finish to be ready to transfer.
I'm Jay. I'm a senior.
I'm Sandy, and I'm also in my fourth year.
Awesome, very cool. I'm not really sure how familiar you guys are, even if you guys are into the fitness or your physical activity becomes kind of a priority for you guys. We're here as the aspect of the marketing point of place, meaning location. A lot of people have different aspects of where they want to exercise, how they like to exercise. That's what we're here to find out some information for your age group. So if you guys, just going to ask the first question, whoever wants to answer, feel free to do so. And the first question to ask you guys would be, where is it that you guys like to exercise?
Outdoors.
Outdoors? Okay.
outside, or I don't necessarily like the gym setting, so I use the equipment for these are all body weight.
Okay, cool.
That's just me. So.
No, that's fine.
I really like the weights, and I have little weights at home, but like outside, like you said, running, I don't like running on the machine.
Okay.
I go to the gym. It's about a mile from my house.
Okay.
It's local. It's convenient. It has everything I need.
It's interesting because I do a little bit of both because I have kind of my own weights at my house.
Right.
I don't really go to the gym, but I do have a set of weights at my house. But I do like the outdoors of mainly riding your bike way out to however far out.
Right.
But yeah, I think I would lean to outdoors just because I don't know, I love the aspect of being kind of getting away from reality for a little bit.
Gotcha. Okay, so what is it about the location of the gym, if for some reason that is that you either like or that you dislike about it?
It's convenient.
The outdoors is more convenient for you?
Well, I don't have a gym membership, but they have a gym here at school. I utilize it because it's paid for. So it's just convenient because it's a place to do exercise. So even though I use the equipment, they still have rooms there where you don't have to use weights. So it's convenient for this location because I don't live here, so it provides me with an area to exercise.
Yeah, proximity is the biggest point of convenience. It's just a mile from the house, so to me it's literally a 2-minute drive, if that.
I feel for me like the aspects of location. It's like even for me that I do like going outdoors. I mean, you have those main spots that you go to. So in a sense, it's similar to the gym in the sense you have that convenience of location. I'm not going to be going way out in the boonies or something.
Right.
It's within town. I'm going somewhere
Yeah.
So that's what I would say.
Right. So touching on the point that you had mentioned about proximity, a lot of people feel that, for example, my example is that I do have a gym membership, but sometimes it gets a bit tedious because it's all the way across town. I like it because it's affordable in price, But then sometimes when it's just like 20 minutes away from my house, then it's the traffic turns to 30. So proximity is important for you guys as far as a gym?
Yeah.
I feel so, yeah, definitely.
Proximity and then price.
Affordability.
That's definitely two factors.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So as far as you guys mentioned that you do like the outdoors, obviously that becomes something that's very easy because you can just step outside your house and you're there and you can pretty much do it. So what is it, the types of exercises that you guys like to do outside?
Well, I like to run,
Okay.
and I do like soccer too.
Okay.
Me
To watch it.
too. Yeah, it's basically like just to run.
Okay.
Just go there and try to pick different routes and
Okay.
For me, it's riding my bike.
Okay.
Just kind of, because you can get farther distance and kind of working on a lot of different aspects of your body.
Okay.
And, yeah, just kind of go riding.
There you go. That you pretty much already said.
Well, yeah, and I spent 4 years running cross country here in Tennessee,
Right.
so
Oh,
I
okay.
got to run around a lot of town.
Cool.
I think one of the things that I like to do that doesn't seem to be so common is going to like play places and like doing
Mhm.
calisthenics there at
Yeah.
play places. I do that because sometimes you can't find a pull-up bar or something,
Right.
and those actually end up working out. So they're public locations where you can work out.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I definitely agree with you. Okay, so then another aspect that we were taking a look at when we were doing some research when it comes to location is definitely in our age group, what's being a dramatic increase is technology as you are exercising, whether it be an app or whether it be just a way to track your measurements or anything like that. Do you guys utilize any form of technology as far as your exercise routines?
Yeah, when I was running, we used to use this thing called Daily Run, and
Okay.
we used to just log how many miles we did for the day, and it would actually analyze and give you like a logistical analysis of how fast you're running, and compared that to previous weeks, and give you like a collection of your total miles. So that was a really good app, and the whole team ended up using it, and that's an example of technology really intertwining with your physical activity.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I use this a running app too.
Yeah,
just to kind of watch that we track.
like a pedometer?
Pace, and then I don't utilize my phone just because I didn't have something to hold it.
Right.
I just recently found a way to hold it, so I use it for music,
Mhm.
but I haven't looked into apps just because it's new writing with ones.
Right.
For me, it was definitely like a chronometer, but now it's kind of built into my phone, and I just count the miles I have, as well as, like she said, use it for music.
Right.
So
That's
and it's
true.
funny because sometimes I actually like track distances by
Yeah.
the
But how many songs you play,
how long
yeah.
songs and everything is like.
Get to this corner by the end of this.
I'm like,
That actually helped me in the past too.
or even me is just like to a deeper level. It's like, okay, I know like this playlist is like about 30 or 35 minutes long, and I
Yeah.
need to get to this point by that point. So that way you kind of give that. You still have a sense of using technology, but still kind of in your own element. That's what I do. I think with everyone with working out, it's like kind of to get away from stress and all that stuff.
So, moving on for as far as like the technologies and stuff, but I mean, they're still included into the next topic that we're going to go into, is a lot of, obviously you guys have heard and seen commercials of many success stories of fitness programs, and such as Insanity, P90, stuff like that that's at home. And how likely are you to use those programs, whether it is, I know that price can be a factor, and I know that just, you can say that you have it illegally, I don't care, but it's just a matter of how willing you are to do those programs at home.
I have Insanity, and I do use it when I have time. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour, so if I don't have that much time, then I don't really do it. But when I want kind of a good workout, then I do it.
Aside from only just cardio,
Well, it's a lot of cardio.
it is a
too.
lot of cardio. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if I do that, then I don't run. I
Right.
just do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I use Insanity as a way to get my body in shape to run because I had taken so much time off. We were fortunate enough to borrow the discs, and we stuck to the plan for how many, I think it was 2 months. And so I use it as a tool because and after that I took a week off and immediately jumped into writing. put me in running shape. Because there's a lot of cardio, so I haven't used it since, but I didn't really gain any of the physical like attributes that it advertises, but it gave me stamina to go running again.
Well, yeah, I mean, I went through Insanity. I actually did it twice, and then and after the second time going through it, I actually saw results. Yeah, I mean, I think it just depends on the process. But I also use it, like she was saying, playing off of that, use it as a tool that if I ride my bike somewhere and I get out, I can do like different things that I learned from that DVD, so that I can utilize it. So.
I've never used a video.
Never video workouts are not your thing. So you're not very comfortable with doing the exercise at home?
No, not so much home. It's just like I come from a background of like knowing, like I've learned how to work out over the years.
Right.
I mean, which in itself is a lengthy like academic process.
Right.
And so I think the people who capitalize on the videos, who utilize these videos, are people who really don't have any direct knowledge of how to work out. And so the marketing genius behind like videos like Insanity is that they're providing very short, very quick, very efficient means of working out, but doing it so at an incredibly inflated price. So for people who don't have the knowledge, I think those videos are useful. People who do, they just kind of laugh them off.
Okay. Do you think that people would benefit from sort of like, instead of marketing, it's like change your life forever, but then of course if you stop doing it, the results go away after a certain price. Like, do you think the marketing would be more beneficial if the program were to say, keep doing this and like, the program's gonna last a long time, or kickstart your like fitness career by doing something?
But I think
like
part
this?
of the appeal is the instant results.
Of course.
Is what people look at. They don't look at like long-term, nutrition and benefit and exercise programs. They look at, oh, I want abs in the next 2 months, and this program's going to allow me to do that. So
I need to put this thing around my waist, and if I put this thing around my waist and let it vibrate, apparently it's going to get my abs.
exactly.
Like,
So I think long-term, sustainable information presented in terms of really maintaining fitness rather than just trying to get like really quick results would be beneficial.
Great. So I know that we talked about fitness programs, but there is also going beyond the fitness programs to programs that involve like nutrition. You guys have all seen like Jenny Craig Weight Watchers and all those things that like involve people to actually go to a location like that. How willing do you think college students are able to do something like that? And of course that leans into technology, because now you can do pretty much everything, those programs online, without necessarily having to step out of your door and take into fitness that way.
I feel like, I mean, those type of programs, I find it interesting that with the technology now, it's like, if you can access it on your computer and then everything, it's just like going back to what Jay was saying, kind of playing off of, people want those instant results, want to be able to, I mean, they're not going to, I mean, some people are, but I mean, I feel like a lot of people are not going to want to go drive as hypocritical as it sounds, that you're driving to go get your weight. People are not going to want to do that. So, but I mean, if it works for people, then I guess so be it. But I have never really heard like a real like big success story from that. I've seen success stories from some of these workout videos, so that's why I gave it a chance. But those ones, I don't know.
I don't think college kids would be too appealed to that.
Yeah,
because if it was, then like Taco Bell would shut down.
Right.
Yes, that's the thing.
So yeah, I don't really see this demographic really appealing to those sorts of videos.
Okay. Not so much.
Right. Well, about the college lifestyle budget.
Right.
I mean, it never appealed to me before, but the education that they provide, you're able to get stuff like that online. Like you can make smarter food. You can learn how to make smarter food choices on a budget.
Right.
Whereas those programs are necessarily, their focus isn't on budget, it's just on space goods.
Well, also who they like market to. Like if you're watching this commercial, it's always middle-aged men and women. You rarely see like a college student in there. You're not going to.
Okay.
It's kind of the demographic that we're going for.
Yeah.
And then they have apps too, so you can enter what you've already eaten, so you can keep track of your own calories.
Yeah, see, that's kind of like a lot of the research that when we were doing with like technology, like you can pretty much, there's a lot of bloggers, nutritional bloggers, there's a lot of like, everyone who's like, Mother Google, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
You can just go in and type in like, how do I do this? And you've got 12 results of like how you can go into the gym or how can you go into a nutritional place and just do everything on your own. Would you guys sort of agree with that?
No, I totally agree.
Okay, So now that we have some of that information, we're going to move into a couple different questions. So some of you may or may not feel like, maybe you who said that you didn't necessarily go to the gym too much, or yourself. Do you feel as though like you were to fit into a gym or fit into like the gym lifestyle?
When I was younger, I tried the whole like lifting race. I just didn't feel like it was my forte. Like I really took more enjoyment in. I wasn't so much interested in bulking up.
Right.
I felt like the gym and the weights. I mean, if I walk into the gym at school, it's intimidating,
Right.
honestly. So I just focus on like doing my own push-ups or doing other things. So I think that's why I don't do the gym push-ups. I didn't feel like it was comfortable. I mean, at school, it's comfortable. It's a smaller community, so it feels more inviting. But I would never go out and get a gym membership somewhere else just because I don't know.
Okay.
For me, it's too stuffy. And then like when you're running, when you're running outside, you can just constantly get fresh air. And since I run long distance, it's really boring for me to run 5+ miles on a treadmill. So, and then it's like you're on there forever and you have a time limit. So, yeah. And I like to run from one place to another and look at things, whereas I'm stuck in one spot and then I get stuffy in there. Yeah.
I just say like that whole, it just seems to be recent. Karen and I were talking about this earlier, like the cultural fad of being a Jimmy or being a fitness freak.
Right.
I mean, yoga pants run rampant around campus. Everyone's holding their protein shakes and wearing their fitness shoes. And I just think it's more of a cultural fad rather than people actually being dedicate so much to an exercise regime.
Okay.
I don't necessarily think there is a gym culture. I think people go work out physiologically want to improve themselves, and that's about it. I mean, that should be the extent of that. It shouldn't really bleed into society.
Right.
But for people, it is a lifestyle, which I understand.
Right.
I don't see how nutrition and tearing your muscle fibers really defines who you are.
Okay.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys feel more comfortable exercising by yourself, or is it easier for you guys to exercise when you have a friend or you're in a group, like a group class?
I used to want to exercise not alone, but it's harder to concentrate. Like I've tried the Zumba classes; those are fun at the nice group setting. But if I want to go running or if I want to do my own body workout, I prefer it by myself because I don't like a distraction.
I like to work out with people who are around the same level as I am. Because then, like, if I work out with someone who's not up to my level, then I feel like I'm waiting for them. Or then if I'm working out with someone who's, like, more advanced than I am, I feel like I can't keep up with them. So.
I feel like it depends on the person's personality. Because I mean, I did a year across country, and I mean, you have these buddy runs, and I've never, I to be completely honest, I don't like running in the first place, but to be able to connect with someone, and if, like you said, if it's on the same level as you are, and like you're able to keep up with one another, I feel like it's a good experience because you guys are on the same level. You know how each other's are working and how to
motivate each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And but I mean, I think for the most part, when it comes down to like really kind of working on yourself and it's getting to the abs and getting down to like committing to getting to a certain level, then that's when you probably want to do it alone. Or at least that's when I would want to do it alone. But that's
I think it's easier to set a goal and hit that goal when you have someone to share it with.
Right.
But in terms of my personal preference, I like to work out alone, just because like I know I have a set regime and I like doing it. If there is someone who I know will follow that regime with me and is comfortable with how I work out, then I'll work out with that person. But if they're and that's kind of rarely to find a person to do that. And otherwise, I like working out alone.
Okay. So if you guys want to go around and describe your ideal workout environment. Ideal.
well,
We're talking about like location.
I guess I'll go. It's just honestly, it's just for me. I listen to really kind of, I guess, inspiring type of music, and again, kind of plan my timing off of that. And this is me riding my bike, and I usually ride out. I like to ride out into, at least around here, just away from the city, away from the university, away from everything. So you kind of within your own self. You're in your own thoughts, and you're like, okay, you have to make yourself focus. But again, you have those surroundings of the nice sky and the fresh air coming in. You have these, you have that kind of. You have the surroundings that are going to want to inspire you to keep going. And I feel like, I mean, at least me personally, I don't get that from going to a gym. I get that from going out into the way boonies and just, like then climbing up mountains and climbing up just things and working out that way.
Okay.
So, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
I feel like,
Anybody else?
Well, when we're around here, it's kind of townsy. There's just sidewalks and
Uh-huh.
streetlights.
Right.
So, I mean, that's the environment I'm kind of put in. So,
Right.
do it that way. But if I had a preference, I would love to do more of a outdoorsy kind of trail.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
There's not even that around here, so you kind of just deal with your
Yeah,
circumstances. You know, so like I do enjoy the campus, this side of campus. I go through the windy trails, the trees.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to do that all the time, but
Yeah, I think the ideal outdoor environment would be like a paved, not paved, a flat dirt forest setting,
Mm-hmm.
which is because I've been lucky enough to run around Turlock for the last 9 years, so I know there's not a goddamn beautiful place to run in this town. But when you go out, it's really refreshing.
Yeah.
So in the forest is dirt paves, and I think indoor gym-wise, I think an empty gym
Okay.
is always a blessing because you just don't have to wait around.
Right.
So I love an empty gym.
Okay.
Yeah, I think to play off of that, again, within the college level age group, there's not that kind of budget to be able to have like your own kind of setup and your own gym
Right.
setup for the most part. But if you had your own kind of room to yourself that has the weights and the treadmill and everything, and literally kind of set it up to your, in other words, creative liking, as like I would say. I mean that would probably be something I would do if I were to go into a gym setting.
Okay.
But
Okay, so from like what we're getting so far is the fact that most of you do like enjoy exercising outdoors, and you do like exercising at the gym, preferably when there's not a lot of people there, so you are able to use the equipment. For some reason, if we were to introduce a scenario where outdoors is not an option, gym is jam-packed full of people, you can't even get in, flat tire on your bike, what have you. If you had to exercise at home, what are the types of exercises that you would do? Would you utilize technology in that case? And I think that's usually when it's more common, utilize some sort of technology when you're at home. And if you had to equipment, do you have equipment? Or if you don't, like what do you do at home?
I do use my insanity when it's raining. I do squats and leg lifts and ab workouts, like stuff just that my body can do without any equipment.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think if the gym was closed, there really hasn't been a setting in Turlock or in California that you can't run outside. Like we can train around all year.
Right.
So it's like there's never a blizzard or a flood. We can just kind of go. So I definitely go outside. So I don't think I'd ever see myself, if I couldn't go to the gym, not going outside to work out because the weather conditions didn't allow it. Because I don't think I've ever experienced that.
Yeah, I don't like the rain or the cold,
Okay.
so yeah, I can't do that.
it's funny that you bring that up because the first thing I thought of was like just one time of like the particular situation that my bike was out of commission, and at the time I was without a car. I didn't have a form of transportation.
Right.
Like I would be getting rides everywhere. I remember one time it was pouring down rain. I just ran outside and it was a Forrest Gump moment,
Right.
and what have you. So, but I guess like even if the gym was closed, it wouldn't. I would still figure out something, even without technology. I mean, you have to.
Right. I guess it's kind of nice too, because you never really get the opportunity to go running on the rain. So that's kind of nice.
yeah, it just recently rained. I was really tempted to go run inside, and I'm tired of my weather, so I just like told me like I went running in the rain, and it was actually really refreshing. So I really hate to try to run with that. And if I can't run, like if I had to, like indoors, I would have found some kind of cardio workout to do. Just 'cause I enjoy the cardio workout more than like just doing like push-ups or sit-ups. Pushing my body to the floor.
Okay. What you thought?
gonna
There's a
answer.
lot. So if like, again, if you, oh no, you already answered it. It was like the four,
Yeah.
sorry, it's been a long time. Okay, so as far as that goes, does anybody else have any questions to ask? And maybe that we don't have as far as information? Case closed? Okay, cool. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Sure, if you want to keep those or hand those to us, up to you.
Go check out the pizza.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for being here today. We really appreciate it.